Is this Prince Harry's most damaging moment yet?
I think is absolutely infuriating in Buckingham Palace. Will feels that this has just gotten out of hand and, we need to take a tougher line basically in the family against Harry and Meghan.
With psychiatric problems.
This Thursday, June 20th, 2025, Parliament delivered the ultimate mic drop as Prince Harry's Duke of Sussex title is officially stripped off. After barely surviving his title, Harry's luck officially ran out. And let's just say the chamber was far less divided this time. While MPs toasted to justice, Harry screamed in disbelief at losing a piece of his identity. This Thursday, the House of Parliament dropped a bombshell that reverberated across the globe. Prince Harry has officially been stripped of his Duke of Sussex title.
Prince William is reportedly formulating a plan to finally strip Prince Harry and Meghan Markle of their HRH titles.
To understand the gravity of this moment, we have to rewind to May 2025, when the first motion to strip Harry of his title narrowly failed. And when I say narrow, I mean razor thin. 14 votes were all that stood between Harry and an unprecedented political humiliation. The debates leading up to that vote exposed fractures not only in Parliament but across the nation. Critics accused Harry of betraying the monarchy, airing its secrets for Netflix deals and Spotify podcasts. Supporters, however, argued that his actions were a necessary rebellion, a wake-up call for an institution clinging to outdated traditions.
Well, Her Royal Highness Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex, is about to be stripped of her.
But the May vote was just the beginning. That close call ignited a firestorm of public discourse, with opinion polls swinging wildly. The press had a field day dissecting Harry's every move, labeling him everything from a courageous trailblazer to a self-serving opportunist. Social media turned into a battleground, with hashtags like #Strip the Sussexes and Prince Harry Forever dominating the online landscape. The nation was split, and so was Parliament, with many MPs reconsidering their stance as public sentiment shifted.
This problem has been there since Harry and Meghan left Montecito, since they were in the royal family, since Meghan Markle was in Suits, and that is Harry and Meghan.
Zoom in here and it says, with the compliments of Her Royal Highness.
By June, the tide had turned. Conservative MP Bob Seeley, the relentless architect of the campaign against Harry, capitalized on the growing anti-royal sentiment. His arguments gained traction not only within his party, but also among centrist and Labour MPs, some of whom had initially defended Harry. The final days leading up to the vote were marked by heated debates, backroom negotiations, and relentless media pressure. Every tabloid screamed speculation about the impending decision, adding to the tension in the air.
Basically, the HRH is only given to working royals and senior members of the royal family because it denotes a level of I guess, respect in the public, and also it's not a financial thing. Working royals do not profit. They do not use their names to make money. It's an honour to have an HRH.
When the vote finally came, the result was decisive. The motion to strip Harry of his title passed with a clear majority, marking a historic moment for both Parliament and the monarchy. For the first time in modern history, a royal title had been stripped by legislative action. A move that sent shockwaves through royal and political circles alike. As the news broke, headlines like "Prince Harry officially stripped of Duke of Sussex title" blazed across screens worldwide, cementing the moment as a pivotal chapter in royal history.
The whole interview rehashing the arguments again and again and again in a rather repetitive nature. So many people would argue he was still obviously in denial that he'd lost. He was reeling in shock. He didn't actually, in a way, accept.
Because it's huge. It's such a
massive.
sad chasm, isn't it?
Yes.
It really is.
Harry's reaction was raw and immediate. For a man who has weathered public scrutiny and familial rifts, this felt different, more personal, more final. Witnesses described him as visibly distraught, pacing and yelling into his phone. This wasn't just about losing a title, it was about losing the last formal connection to a family and institution he had once been an integral part of. It was a moment of reckoning, not just for Harry, but for a monarchy navigating its place in a modern world.
royal fans will know, in 2020, during the negotiations for Harry and Meghan to leave royal duties, it was agreed with Queen Elizabeth that they will not use the HRH title.
Social media erupted with dueling hashtags. Okay, strip the Sussexes versus Prince Harry forever. Every tweet was a battlefield, every like a declaration of loyalty or disdain. Despite the chaos, Harry exuded confidence, or perhaps arrogance. They wouldn't dare, not after everything I've done for them. He reportedly scoffed. But the May vote wasn't a victory. It was a warning shot, and Harry underestimated the storm brewing behind him.
That goodwill, much of it has evaporated today following the relentless attacks on the royal family made by both Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. And so,
while Harry dismissed the close call, Meghan Markle was less optimistic. Back in California, she reportedly convened an emergency Zoom meeting with her team at Archewell. Her analysis was scathing. This isn't politics. This is systemic retaliation. She saw the motion as part of a larger campaign to erase the Sussexes from royal history. And honestly, could you blame her? The timing was impeccable. Too impeccable. Meghan, ever the strategist, began preparing for the worst.
Prince William, he's reportedly furious after it emerged that Meghan Markle is still using her HRH title despite agreeing to drop the title when the Sussexes left royal duties.
This wasn't just about a title for Meghan, it was about the Sussex brand, a meticulously crafted narrative of resilience, purpose, and rebellion against an outdated monarchy. Losing the title threatened to unravel everything. Hollywood deals, public sympathy, and even the Sussexes' credibility were at stake. For Meghan, it was clear. This wasn't a mere attack on Harry, it was a direct hit on their legacy.
This woman looks to me like a malignant narcissist. This woman has zero self-awareness.
The news broke like wildfire. Prince Harry officially stripped of his royal title. Parliament decides. Screamed headlines from London to Los Angeles. Social media was ablaze within minutes, with hashtags like #RoyalCrisis and #Strip trending worldwide. But the story wasn't just about the decision, it was about Harry's reaction. Witnesses described him as a man unraveling. He stormed out of a private meeting in London, his voice raised, his demeanor frantic. This wasn't the composed, camera-ready Harry we're used to seeing. This was raw, unfiltered emotion. A man grappling with the loss of more than just a title.
There's sort of undertones of racism and things like that. Do you think that this was inevitable, that this falling out was going to happen?
Back in California, Meghan wasn't sitting idle. Forget the image of serene yoga sessions and mindfulness retreats. Meghan was in full crisis mode, holding back-to-back Zoom calls with Archewell execs and Hollywood lawyers. Her message to her team was clear. The Sussex brand was under siege, and they had to act fast.
This guy's fully emasculated, and that's her showing us the way she's got control of him and how much he adores her. And it also shows us that Meghan is not what she purports to be and so badly wants to be.
She reportedly commissioned a mini documentary to reframe the narrative, focusing on the Sussexes' charitable work and resilience. It was classic Meghan. Take control of the story before it spirals out of reach. But even she couldn't ignore the whispers from Hollywood. Netflix and Spotify, once staunch supporters, were reportedly reconsidering their partnerships. Terms like sympathy fatigue and narrative overexposure began circulating in industry circles. The Sussexes, it seemed, were in danger of becoming a liability.
Now, in an exclusive interview with BBC News, Prince Harry has said he is devastated about losing his latest legal challenge over the security he receives when he's in the UK.
While Meghan scrambled to control the fallout, Buckingham Palace remained eerily quiet. No statement from King Charles. No words of support from Prince William. Not even a comment from Princess Anne, who's never been one to shy away from a good debate. Instead, the palace made its position clear with a single understated update on its official website. Titles currently under review by parliamentary motion June 2025. That was it. No explanation, no defense. Just cold, bureaucratic detachment.
Harry is using sort of this caricature of her to justify what he is doing.
For Harry, the silence must have felt like a dagger. His family's refusal to intervene spoke volumes. It was a message, plain and simple. You're on your own now. The loss of his title hit Harry hard. Stranded in London, isolated from his family and facing mounting public scrutiny, he looked like a man adrift. Witnesses reported seeing him wandering the streets, visibly shaken and glued to his phone. For Harry, this wasn't just a political defeat. It was deeply personal, a loss that cut to the core of his identity.
You'll live to see another day.
Incredible, incredible. What a handy hint. Thank you very much.
Meghan, meanwhile, was doing everything in her power to keep their brand afloat. Plans for a lifestyle platform, Civility, aimed at modern womanhood, were hastily accelerated. But the launch wasn't smooth. Tabloids mocked it relentlessly, with headlines like Meghan's Pinterest playbook dominating the narrative. Even Hollywood seemed uncertain about the Sussexes' future value. The couple, once media darlings, now faced an uphill battle to stay relevant. Behind the scenes, the monarchy's strategy was becoming clear. By staying silent, they effectively distanced themselves from Harry while reinforcing the image of the dutiful working royals. King Charles and Prince William were portrayed as the steady hands guiding the monarchy, while Harry was painted as the reckless outsider. It was a narrative that resonated, particularly with royal traditionalists. Even Archie and Lilibet weren't spared from the rumour mill. Reports emerged that their honorary HRH statuses were under review, a move that would further isolate the Sussexes from the royal fold.
I just think he's not very bright, but he just says and does things that are so hurtful. I just think he's too dim to work these things out.
As the dust settles, the question remains, what's next for the Sussexes? For Harry, the loss of his title may signal a retreat from public life. Rumours suggest he's considering stepping back to focus on family and personal growth. Meghan, however, shows no signs of slowing down. Her Silicon Valley pivot, combined with her plans to rebrand herself as a media mogul, suggests she's ready to fight for their legacy. The stripping of Harry's title is more than just a personal loss. It's a moment that will define the Sussexes, the monarchy, and perhaps even the UK for years to come. For Harry, it's a painful reminder of what he's lost. For Meghan, it's a challenge to overcome. And for the world, it's a story that's far from over. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to know more about Harry and Meghan's meltdown after stripping their HRH titles.